sitting here looking through old advent calendars, thinking about Christmas traditions. It's got a number for every day of December. And the Christmas story on the inside. Every year we put up advent calendars and keep track of how many days until Christmas. I think it's a pretty common tradition, but I love looking at the old ones that we have. Like this one. Inside is a little Christmas ornament, it looks like in this one. You can get them at the store with like chocolate in it for each day to keep track of December. A little sweet treat, but honestly I prefer the antique ones from who knows how many years ago. At least 50, maybe not. But they're fun to look at. We used to have boxes of old advent calendars. I think the ones that fell apart have been thrown out. This one is kind of on its last leg, but it is so cool to look at. Advent calendars are one of the many beautiful Christmas traditions that I love. We always do a Christmas tree. This year the tree was decorated before I got back because I have been in Asia, and over there it like barely felt like Christmas. When I got to Japan there was more decoration, but before that I was in Bali and there were like a few touristy spots that did Christmas decorations, but besides that it just doesn't exist over there because they don't celebrate Christmas. And before that I was in Thailand, and of course Thanksgiving is also not a concept, although I think I was actually in Bali for Thanksgiving and the beginning of December, like the beginning of Christmas season this year. It just has not felt like Christmas until I got home to America, and now it really feels like Christmas. A lot of our ornaments are homemade, like this one. I think I made this when I was in like 2nd grade or something. Sometimes they have dates on the back to keep track. Not this one though, but I remember making that at some point. This one still has a price tag on it. Oh, from Hever Castle in England. Collecting. Oh yeah, I remember this one. I got this one at a museum in Amsterdam as a gift. for my mom. We have these antique glass ones. I love the look of those. Little bird. I think that's also Hever Castle. Yes, it is. Still with the price tag on it. Lots of musical instruments. I just put the candy canes on today. And this is like an old-fashioned tin ornament, I guess. I don't know if it's supposed to be a card or an ornament. Oh yeah, Yosemite with a picture of half something. I forget what that one's called. Little moose. That one's cute. Ah, I don't recognize this one. 2011. I wonder what that is from. Don't recognize it. Then you get the antique falling apart Christmas heads. More antique glass. Someone made that at some point in time. Very cute. 2005 angel tree. I love the mishmash of like really old antique ornaments from like my grandparents and ornaments from my parents growing up and ornaments from us growing up, and then also ornaments that I and other people have collected in our travels, which makes a nice sentimental Christmas tree. Our tree is always fake. It's not real. It's a fake tree, but it looks pretty good for a fake tree. Allergies do not permit a real tree in this house, which honestly makes it easier to clean up. It still looks good, even though it's a fake tree. There's a lot of haters on fake trees, but when you can't have a real tree, it's still better than no tree. I think a fake tree can look even better than a real tree because there aren't pockets where there are no branches. There aren't pockets where all of the little needles have fallen off. It's easier to control the look, and you don't have to take the lights off every year. I am pro fake tree, although I do love a real tree and the way a real tree smells. It just does not happen in our house. And we have a few presents, actually a lot more presents than are usually put under the tree this early. But we have present snoopers in our house who go through and look at who all the presents are to and from and possibly shake a few boxes. And so the habit is to wait until Christmas Eve to put out all the presents. So we put some of them here. Inevitably, when certain family members don't put out the presents, they wrap them and then forget about them and then find them in like July. Or everyone opens their presents and they realize what wasn't opened and then they run and find it in the back of their closet. So it's always funny seeing what's under the tree when, because in part it's put under the tree when it's wrapped so that it's not forgotten about in the back of someone's closet. But my mom grew up with the tree and presents being done all the night of Christmas Eve after the kids went to bed, and so it was like this grand reveal. And so in our house, the presents being arranged Christmas Eve late. I mean, we're all adults now, so it's not like it really matters, but it's a tradition at this point. It's a tradition. And so all the presents are arranged on Christmas Eve in immaculate display for a grand reveal Christmas morning, which is a tradition I really like that we do, even though, you know, it's not really necessary. It's just fun. It's later, more family have arrived, which means more presents have arrived, and I snuck up here to rearrange what's under the tree so far because it is a hot mess right now. We have a thing in our family where the presents underneath the tree get rearranged like 100 times before it's actually Christmas. And I'm expecting that to happen, but I am going to start it off. There are some presents that cannot be tilted, and I'm not sure which ones they are, so this is a very spread out present arrangement for the time being. But better safe than sorry. It's kind of funny because I happen to know there are at least 25 washcloths wrapped up under this tree. It's really funny what people in my family ask for presents because we are very practical people. So when it's time to give and receive gifts, we're like, what do we need? And every year my father asks for washcloths that are his, that he can use in the garage, and no one is allowed to throw them out except for him because they're his. And inevitably my mom throws them out, so he gets new ones every year for Christmas. I feel like the way my family celebrates Christmas is very traditional American, like Northeast. We do the tree, we decorate the tree, we do presents, we do a big meal, we read the Christmas story. Christmas is like the second biggest holiday of the year for Christians, and it's a big deal. It's definitely not about consumerism. I know that America has turned Christmas into like a consumer holiday, and even like seeing presents, a lot of people jump to consumerism. But I feel like the way that we celebrate Christmas is about tradition and about remembering what Christmas is really about, which is the birth of Jesus and the ultimate gift of God giving the world his son. And so we do celebrate with presents, which is great. Very practical presents usually. And decorations and an amazing meal and advent calendars and a fake tree. And celebrating Christmas this way makes me feel like home. I travel a lot, but coming to celebrate Christmas with my family in the way that we have my whole life with these amazing American traditions makes me really happy and makes it feel like Christmas for me. There are a lot of different traditions in even different parts of America, but in the way that Christians celebrate Christmas all over the world, and a lot of them are really fun to learn about, but these are the traditions that I celebrate with, and they are the ones that warm my heart and make me feel like it is Christmas season. Thanks for hanging out and seeing my Christmas traditions. I will see you in the next one.